time Jim Gentile came out on that field, he took veteran Oriole fans back to the early 60s. 1960 was a presidential election year, and in the American League, you would have had to call the Orioles a dark horse candidate to win the pennant. With 7 rookies on the team, they would have won it if the season had ended in mid-September. Unfortunately for Bird fans, the Yankees swept a 4-game series in New York late in the month and won another pennant. Ron Hansen was the league's Rookie of the Year, and handsome Jim Gentile belted 21 homers and drove in 98. But for Gentile, that was nothing. The following year, he put together the best offensive year by any Oriole. 46 homers, 5 of them grand slams, and he drove in 141 runs and batted .302.
It was a year that, every ball player dreams of. I have to say that. I never thought I'd ever have a year like that. I mean, I was looking if I could hit 20 home runs, 25, but I was in the hunt with Madeline Maris up until about the middle of September. I just feel honored that when they talk about home runs, I get my name together with Madeline Maris. It makes me feel good just to have my name mentioned in there.
Along the way, manager Paul Richards departed for his home state of Texas to become involved with the Houston Colt 45s, who would join the National League in 1962. But before he left, he had built the engine that would drive the Orioles' train for decades. His philosophy of excellent pitching and defense would make the Orioles baseball's winningest club for the next 30 years. By the early 60s, Brooks had become the anchor of the infield at third base. And general manager Lee MacPhail, nice little fellow playmate for the left side, Luis Aparicio arrived from Chicago to form a leather curtain. And in 1963, young Steve Barber became the first Oriole to win 20 games. In 1964, the Orioles found themselves in their second pennant race. In the thick of it, the fans honored Brooks on September the 18th, the same date that they would thank him for a lifetime of memories 13 years later.
Of course, all the players always kidded me about all the Brooks Robinson days they had, and every time or every year they'd have a big celebration. They said, was this another Brooks Robinson day?
Brooks Robinson won the league's most valuable player award, batting .318 with 28 home runs and 118 runs batted in. But unfortunately, the Bombers won their 5th pennant in a row. The Birds finished in 3rd place, 2 games behind New York and 1 behind the White Sox. The Birds were closing in. Youngster Wally Bunker had won 19 games and was named the American League Rookie of the Year. And the clenched fist face of Hank Bauer made the cover of Time magazine during his Manager of the Year season. It would be just 2 years before they would have everyone in town talking baseball.
Those early years were lots of fun, and though they lost more than they won, baseball had returned to Baltimore. Put 2 Robbies in the mix, and by 1966, the Orioles had put the Dodgers down in 4. I'm talking baseball, Gentile and John Orsino, Oriole baseball, Hoyt and Aparicio, the Kitty Core, Triandos, Billy Lowe's. Where was Jackie Brandt? Nobody knows. I'm talking baseball, baseball and the O's. Earl came upon the scene. Each year they had a winning team. Play it smart, the breaks will come your way. 1970 champs, Rich Davis, May and Grant. Whenever you saw Baltimore, they came to play. I'm talking baseball, Belanger, Ellie Paul, Oriole baseball, Baylor, Buford Hall, Cuellar and McNally poised to throw. Boo Powell strikes another mighty blow. I'm talking baseball, baseball and the O's. When you're talking Baltimore baseball, the Bay and John McGraw. 20 games by 4 was done. Brooksy robs another one. Frank's triple crown the year they won it all. Now Robbie's in the hall. The Orioles Orioles have tradition, and with Ken and Eddie switching, they're aiming for the series in the fall. New names join the old, another team unfolds. I'm a believer in Palmer and Weaver, so let's play ball.